What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this damn episode of GH. That whole trial is just comical. Like, I feel like half the people in that courtroom have lost their damn minds. Like, are you insane? Monica. She must be drinking again or something, because how could you sit there with a straight face and say Franco is really Drew? She must have been hitting that Chardonnay or that bourbon. Like, how the hell could that come out of your mouth? I was like, you know what, Scott? As much as I love Monica, I said, Scott, rip her a new one on that stand, please. So let me get this straight. Okay, let me get this straight. So, if I go outside right now and go on the street corner and tell everybody that walk by that I'm Santa Claus, looking the way I look, and I tell everybody I'm Santa Claus, would that make me Santa Claus? I just want to know. Would that make me a big fat man with a red cheeks and live on the North Pole? Like, I'm just being honest. Like, let's put it out there. Like, I could sit there and say I'm Sidney Poitier. I could say I'm Snoop Dogg. I could really start talking like Snoop. You know, the Izzles, the Fizzles, the Shizzles, and smoke some weed or something and say I'm Snoop Dogg. Would that make me Snoop Dogg? Of course not. Of course not. Like, are you insane? Like, I don't understand Monica. I don't understand their logic. Like, oh, well, mentally, neurologically, he believes he's Drew. So what? I could believe I'm Boo Boo the Fool. That don't make me no damn Boo Boo the Fool. Like, come on now. Like, what planet do y'all live on? Speaking of planet, that remind me of all my children. Janet Dillon. Janet from Another Planet. I miss AMC. I swear I do. Oh my God. ABC, y'all fucking up. Y'all need to bring AMC and One Life to Live back. I'm just saying. Janet from Another Planet. And Allison Perkins. Oh my God. Listen, I tell y'all this all the time. Listen, y'all already know I bring that up all the time. With Allison Perkins. Like, if y'all watched One Life to Live before it got canceled on TV, y'all remember that episode where Allison Perkins had the gun on Clint and Victoria, and Clint had the heart attack and she shot Vicky, and she was sitting around dancing around the living room talking about something, my aim is true. Y'all gotta go look up that episode, yo. Y'all really have to, because that scene was so masterfully done, that was like 7-8 years ago, and I remember that scene like it was yesterday, and it was still one of my favorite scenes. I always thought to myself, that shit had to be ad-libbed. The way she just danced around, said, my aim is true. I fell the hell out. I was like, yeah. It don't get no more crazy than that. That's the type of villains we need on these shows. Like, that could just be deadly but funny as all hell. I need it. I need more villains like that. I need it. You don't get no better than Allison Perkins. I'm sorry, but you just don't. Her and Janet from Another Planet. You just don't get no better. Now, you talk about some crazy, deranged comedy. You need that. So anyway. Yeah, everybody's just going crazy. Like, oh, neurologically, he believes he's Drew. I'm like, get out of here with that mess. Scott, in my opinion, did an amazing job. Scott did an amazing job with cross-examinations and talking to witnesses and stuff. He did an amazing job with that because he brought up a lot of good points. And he did bring that up to Kim. So, what if Cameron were to get implanted with Oscar's memories or Drew's memories? What would she do? Would she fight to get her son back? Say if he was implanted with Oscar's memories. Would she sit there and say, forget about Cameron and start treating Cameron like he's the new Oscar or he's Oscar? I agree with Scott. So you mean to tell me fighting for Drew's life is more worthy than fighting for Franco's? Like, I do agree with what Scott was saying, because he did make valid points. Like, think about it. What if Cameron was implanted with Drew's memories? Would she try to sleep with him? She might say no because he's still a boy, but you already know, like, Kim is far gone at this point. Mentally, she's checked the hell out the game. So ain't no telling what she would do. You know, she's just that Looney Tune right about now. And Martin Gray sitting there going hard on Elizabeth on the witness stand, bringing up the whole Jake Doe, Jason Morgan situation, telling Franco and Kim that, oh, we got to fight dirty, we got to play dirty, you know, to win and stuff like that. And he think it was okay to question her about something that happened 4 years ago. But see, Scott got the gotcha. Scott got him at the end. Scott sat there and asked Kim about the time she tried to rape Drew to have another baby. And Martin Gray didn't like that. See, he didn't see that coming. See, Martin Gray think he's so damn slick and smart, think he gonna, and then he try to sit there and object talking about relevancy. It is relevant. You asking Elizabeth about Jake Doe / Jason Morgan, how is that relevant? You felt like that was relevant, so Scott bringing up the whole date rape, that's relevant too, thanks to Julie and Jerome. See, thanks to Julian and that info, it just gave him a new card to play. And Scott waited to the very end to play that card. He wanted to see everything Martin Gray had to say first before he pulled out his trump card. See, that's what you do. That's a sign of a good-ass attorney right there. You wait until the opposing counsel brings up all their dirt to show their hand first, and then you hand them with the whammy. You hit them with the whammy. You pull that ace out your sleeve. That's why he wasn't worried the whole time. And he told Elizabeth, I still got an ace up my sleeve. Don't even worry about it. I got an ace. Don't worry about it. And he pulled it out. And as much as Liz wants this to go in her favor, you could tell like she was not feeling him bringing it up. Like she wished it didn't get there. And you could tell Elizabeth didn't want to put all this out there. She didn't want that all to come out. But, you know, all's fair. You got to do what you got to do. You want to win. Scott did what he had to do. And Martin Gray thought his ass was so slick and smart. But you going up against Scott Baldwin. And this is what I said a long time ago. People act like Scott is some type of ambulance chasing attorney. No. Scott is a very reputable attorney. Like, oh, trust me, he can give it to you. Scott will go in the courtroom. Don't sleep on Scott Baldwin. He'll go in. But I did like that little scene with Jason and Monica and stuff like that, you know, where she was telling him basically, because, you know, Scott went hard on Jason on the stand, bringing up his car accident when he was 19 and how he went from a med student to a mob enforcer and stuff like that. And I love how Monica told Jason, you know, there's no guarantee, even if the car accident never happened, there's no guarantee that Jason would have been a doctor right now, which is true. There is no guarantee of that. You know, but at the end of the day, even though Jason's a mob enforcer, like she said, him being a mob enforcer, it does not, his career is not who he is. You know what I'm saying? She knows how to separate the two. She know how to separate the mob enforcer from the person. And that's how, you know, his career has nothing to do with who he is as a person. And at the end of the day, that's still her son. And I respected that, even though I think she was Looney Tunes on that witness stand. But I did like the scene, you know, how she always loved Jason and embraced him no matter what he did. You know, there's times where she didn't agree with a lot of his choices and she still don't. But that's still her child. That's still her son. And I respect that. And I love that scene. You know, it was hard to watch Cameron go off on Jason because he wished that Jason would have, you know, just said something different on the witness stand or whatever like that. But, you know, Cameron is just a ball of emotions right now. Like his emotions are all over the place. He just wants this to be over. He just wants everything to go back to normal. And I don't blame him. So he's frustrated with the process of all this. Like, you know, and I can't blame him. It's hard to watch. But anyway, moving on from that. So my thing is Jax, Laura, and Curtis. I love seeing them work together. Don't get me wrong. I love seeing it. But if y'all trying to be on the down low about all this, y'all really need to stop meeting up in public like that. Like y'all all got homes and offices. Y'all need to meet in private. Because what if Nina and Valentine were to come in there right now and see y'all all huddled up? Don't you think Valentine would be suspicious if he saw Jax, Curtis, and Laura sitting together talking? He already seen it before and he was curious. So for him to walk in and catch y'all doing it again, he's really going to be curious. And his defenses will definitely go up. You know, with him dealing with this Nina-Sasha mess right now, he's a little vulnerable. So now is the time to strike. But y'all need to stop meeting up in public, like, because y'all just, you know, y'all giving the secrets away a little bit. You know, stop meeting up in public. Y'all got homes. Jax, you got a new house. Curtis, you got a place. Laura, you got a house and an office. Jax, you have an office. Meet up in private. That's how you handle that. You don't want the enemy knowing that y'all all cohorting together. That's the one, nope. You don't want to do that. Especially if you want to pull off a sneak attack. Because basically, they're trying to figure out where the painting is, because they know that Valentine threw it out. So now they got to figure out where it is, because the will could be inside that painting. Do y'all remember 10 years ago when Emily's twin sister Rebecca Shaw came to town and Helena wanted that portrait that Great Grigordy or whoever painted for her, and Nicholas had it in a vault at a bank or something like that, and she wanted her painting? And you remember when she got the painting from Nicholas and she was on a private jet, Helena took her dagger and cut the back part of the painting. And remember, it was a birth certificate in there. That's what I'm thinking is the codicil. The codicil could be somewhere in the back part of that painting somewhere. It's somewhere in that painting. And they know it. Laura and them know that it's either in the painting or somewhere on Spoon Island hidden somewhere. They getting close, though. They got a general idea of where it is. So what they don't know is that Dev got his hands on the painting from the guys who were, you know, going to destroy it, I guess. He got his hands on it. They let him get it for free. He thought it would be worth a lot of money because, of course, he doesn't know who Helena Cassadine is. So Trina had to educate him a little bit. And, you know, she talked Ava into buying the painting from Dev for $100. I said, first of all, Dev, you got ripped off because that painting is worth way more than what she paid you. When she offered him $100, take it or leave it, I said, Ava, stop sitting here trying to pimp this little boy. She tried to pimp him. And did I misread or did they flirt a little bit? I was like, okay, Ava, I know you're a cougar, but he's still a minor. You might want to chill out. They got laws against that. But yeah, she offered him that little $100, but you know, my broke behind, I would have took it anyway. I'm just saying, like, I would have took it. I love that scene between Trina and Ava. I love Trina. Like, I feel like with Trina, they're slowly fleshing her out, and I like it. But I like the idea of her working at the art gallery, and she took a real interest in art and stuff like that. And at first, of course, Ava wasn't trying to hire her as an intern, but Trina, you know, showed off her stuff when she was talking to Dev about the painting and how it speaks to people and how art helps people and speak to people. Ava was impressed by her. And she was like, you know what? You hired. I like that. The two of them working together and stuff. I thought that was a dope scene. And how she just, you know, sympathized with Ava and her situation. I like Trina. Like, she just brings a certain je ne sais quoi to the cast, you know, especially to the teen scene. I like it. And to see her doing her own thing and stuff, you know, trying to get this internship. I like it. I love it. So now Laura and them just need to figure out that Ava got the painting. Like, Ava might stumble upon the codicil if it's in there. She might stumble upon it. Who knows? So anyway, moving on from that. Jax and Sunny. They are getting on my damn nerves. Jax and Sunny constantly have this pissing contest every time they're around each other. It was so funny how when Jax came in there and Sunny said, you want a drink? You want some snacks? Something to eat? Something to go? Sunny is so petty. Like, they are hilarious. But he did bring a gift for baby Donna. I guess it's like a necklace that's similar to the one that Lady Jane gave to Jocelyn when she was a baby. You know, but at least, you know, Sunny said something nice about Lady Jane. He wasn't rude. You know, he said she was a class act. And of course, Dev come up in there with 2 big boxes. I'm guessing he trying to sell candy or whatever that the school doesn't have in the vending machine. And of course, he's going to mark it up 30%. Listen, I like that idea. Selling candy, at least it ain't drugs. That's all I'm saying. But I like the idea of him doing it. But I understand why Sunny was apprehensive about him doing it. Because it brings a lot of attention, which it could, from principals. They're going to ask questions, it could lead to more questions. And so I understand why Sonny's a little cautious, because at first I'm thinking, what's wrong with him selling candy? At least he's trying to make his own way. He's not dependent on Sonny and Carly for money. He's trying to be more enterprising. But I can understand him being a foreigner and stuff like that. You don't want to raise any red flags. So I totally understand. But I mean, I can't knock the boy hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like taking candy that they're not selling at the school and marking it up, making a profit. Hello. That's how business is done. So I'm not mad at it. Do what you got to do, especially in these times. Now, moving on from that, Hayden. Listen, I felt bad for Finn. 100% I felt bad for him. And the way he was tearing up and stuff, trying to get answers about why she would lie to him about their baby. I couldn't stand all those excuses that she was giving. She was giving way too many excuses. Like, oh, I didn't want to rope you into my mess. Oh, I stole from the hospital even though I gave it back. Monica could have still pressed charges. She just listed off a bunch of excuses. Oh, I didn't want to have a baby in prison. Oh, I didn't want you to stand by me because I didn't want you to be a part of my drama. Your excuses are just that. It's like they're corny. All her excuses were flimsy. They were just corny. It was lame. I'm like, grow up. Like, this man was going to stand behind you, be there for you. He wanted to marry you. He would have got you a good lawyer. If Monica did decide to press charges, Finn would have got you a lawyer. He would have helped you raise this child. Like, I don't blame Finn for being pissed off. I don't blame it. He got every damn right. Because her excuses were just lame. Like, it's just no excuse to keep somebody from their child unless they're a danger to the child. Like, unless it's like a drug kingpin or something like that, then I can understand. But Finn is an upstanding doctor. He's an all-around good guy. There was no need for you to keep the child away from him. And then she want to bring up Anna and how Anna's going to feel, basically being a step parent to somebody's child. So, please, when she finally found out that Duke had a son, she embraced him. So why wouldn't she embrace Finn's daughter? If she's going to be a part of his life and marry him, that's a package deal. And besides, she already has a daughter. She has grandkids. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what if Violet isn't biologically hers? So what? And who cares? That doesn't even matter. Griffin wasn't biologically hers, but she basically looked out for him while he was there. She looked out for him while he was in town like he was hers. So what would be different about Violet? Like, Hayden came up with so many lame-ass excuses. Like, you wouldn't know how Anna would react to this child or treat this child until you actually, if you actually allowed Finn to be a part of the child's life and Anna and stuff like that, and y'all all just come together. You know what I mean? You wouldn't know unless you do it. Assuming something is not, you shouldn't assume anything, honestly. But you never know. Anna would have embraced this child. She could have. Same way she embraced Griffin. Wasn't even her child, but she embraced him like he was hers. Like, she just came up with so many excuses. And then when he was like, he wanted to go see his daughter, not as her doctor, but as her father. Hayden sitting there talking about something, let me come with you because, I don't want her to be scared or anything because she doesn't know you. Finn, as soon as Finn said it, I was thinking it. He said, whose fucking fault is it that she don't know me? I said, exactly, that's your fault. And I'm glad Hayden took ownership of it because it was her fault. You're at fault for him not knowing his child and his child not knowing him. And her excuse was just corny. Like, don't do that. And I felt like she was keeping this child away from him simply because she couldn't romantically have him anymore. That's how I saw it. Subconsciously, I felt like she was punishing him because he didn't come to Rome. So because he didn't come to Rome, you kept the child from him. That's exactly how I felt. She was just doing it to be spiteful. She could keep saying all she wanted. No, I didn't do it for that. Yes, she did. All signs are pointing to that's why you did it. Even conversations that she had, it's like she alludes to the fact that the only reason he don't know his daughter is because he didn't come and he's dealing with this, he's with Anna now. Her excuses were just BS. It was a lot of bull. That's exactly what it was. A lot of bull. But anyway. That's pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about today's episode. And I will see y'all all later. Hope y'all have a great day. Peace.